When we prioritize the mind, we choose to put our mind first. We make the decision to put our mind first. And by doing that, how do we do that? You put your mind first by, come on, mosquitoes. I don't want to get bit today. Not today. Not not today. We put our mind first by making sure we check and balance what's coming in. Doing our checks and balances of what's coming in, what are we consuming, what's coming into our mind, what's coming into our ears, what's coming into our eyes. It's like everything that's any way that is going to enter our mind through what we eat, what we see, through what we listen to, through our environment that we are experiencing. All that we prioritize and we check and balance it. Like, okay, does this serve me? Is this going to make my mind better? Is it going to make my mind in a freeing, flowing state? Or is it going to cage it? Is it going to keep it limited? Is it going to send it down this wormhole of never returning? And from experience, when I did not prioritize my mind, it's rough. Because when I didn't prioritize my mind for the beauty and for the success that I desired, I went down a lane of selfishness. I went down a lane of the flesh. So I definitely prioritized the flesh more than the mind. And I ended up being a slave to my flesh, but also because my mind was a slave to the music. So dancehall music, and yeah, I would say dancehall music in general. In specific, the certain artists and certain styles of music. Dancehall music is not completely and only pushing infidelity in its ways, but it definitely has a strong aspect of it. There's definitely some artists, I feel like there's no song that they make that's not on that side of things. But there is a strong culture of infidelity within dancehall culture, within dancehall music. And I was listening to it every single day, multiple times a day, casually, party wise, in my pre-game warm-up type of ordeal. Like I would just always, it was just flooding in. I knew the words. Unfortunately, I still know most of the words because it was in my subconscious. I literally baked it into my subconscious because I was not prioritizing my mind. From that came a lifestyle of me living a certain way, reflecting of the mind that I took in. You are what you eat. You produce what you consume. So I was consuming infidelity, so that I was living the life of infidelity and not even aware that that's what I was doing or that it was wrong. It was happening because that's what I was consuming. So subconsciously, whatever's here is what you do. So that's what I was hearing. That's what I was consuming. That's what I was operating in. And I see it now. So like in a better example, a healthier example, my son, who will be 3 in a month, comes out randomly the other day. He has a little Elmo phone. And there's times where he grabs this tripod that my iPad is standing on right now, and he'll leave, the living room, come out to the patio, and he'll say, "Okay, I gotta take a work call. I'll be right back." He literally comes out here, grabs his Elmo phone, puts it on this tripod, sits in his chair, and continues to talk and babble sometimes and make up words. And he pretty much he does this. He does this what I'm doing right here in his way to his Elmo phone. Now, why does he do that? Because he sees me do it every single day. It's in his subconscious. If he wakes up right now, he'll come. He knows I'm on work call. It's not like, "Daddy, what are you doing?" He'll just be like, "Are you on work call?" And when I'm done, he realizes, like, "Are you done with your work call? Okay, cool. Can we play now?" That's in his subconscious. It's an automatic thing. Like he doesn't even he doesn't know and understand the idea of clocking into work. Like there's no like that. That's not a thing for him. For him, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna go for a work call. And even his, um, you know, a partner, Sierra, she has work calls as well, but her mom, also, works a job, but works from home. So when she's on a work call, it's again from the laptop. So he doesn't fully grasp the concept of like leaving for work. Work is, it's like synonymous with being home. It's like, yeah, okay, cool. You have to just do a work call, but it's not like you have to like go away and work and be gone. So naturally, as he's growing right now, it's like, oh, I gotta go to work. He may think like, okay, cool. You have a work call. Like you have to be somewhere for a few minutes at a time, maybe an hour, to do this work call, and then you're done. But that is like for him, again, the subconscious, whatever we're taking in, whatever we're seeing, prioritize in mind. If I start doing something unhealthy, I am not prioritizing his mind, right? Because right now he's just taking in. He's not choosing and picking and choosing what he's taking in. Like, let me not see dad go to work. Let me not see him do a work call. Let me not see dad do this. Let me not see dad do that. We as adults have the option to choose what we listen to, what we don't listen to. The people we want to keep around us, who we don't want to keep around us, the type of things, like even like the news. My mom was here, she wanted to watch the news, and I was like, yeah, okay, let me give you my iPad. We're not gonna put the news on the actual big TV. Like that is not gonna be streaming and blasting through through the house. That's not gonna happen. But I get it. I'm not about to change you today. Here's the iPad. What do you want to watch? CNN? Okay, boom, boom. Let's find this. You can pick and choose whatever video you want. Because I don't been just like, what news do you have on the TV? I was like, I don't know. It's not a thing that I keep in my role. Like, I don't know what the news is. I know what the news is. I don't know where it is because we don't watch it. But the point of it is we can pick and choose what we want to consume because we will be a product of that. And if you feel like you are, whatever you're operating in, however you're moving, you are a product of whatever you've been doing. And if you don't like it, I would suggest start prioritizing your mind so you can start taking out those things. Last year, I realized how much of a turmoil my life, my relationship, my overall being was in, my mind was in. And I was like, I have to prioritize it. I have to stop listening to this music. And because it's all, and then it wasn't when I didn't realize it, and then I stopped. I went deeper into meditation, found the love of Rasta, and then started listening to that music, and so actually started to listen to words of music. Songs would be on, and I'll just be on. I didn't really like listen to every single word. Now I'll go back. I remember going back into a party after my journey and finding myself and listening. I'm like, wow, they were saying these words the whole time. It sounds so much louder and so much crazier now. Like, this is the same song? There's no way this is the same song. And I'm in the party, I'm like, it's just louder. It's like, it's like for me, when I stopped using the N-word, like I stopped using the N-word, and I don't think I really use the B-word, but I don't use it either. But when I hear it, it's like, it's really loud. Like, oh, wow, okay, you use that word. I don't judge anybody for it. I'm like, cool, you haven't made the decision to make a change in your life, and that's okay. Maybe you take it in as a word of endearment. Cool, I don't use the word because it's not a word that I can comfortably use in front of everybody in the whole world, right? Like, I can say ass in front of everybody in the world and nobody's gonna be offended. I could be like, oh shit, and nobody's gonna be offended. But if I say, what am I, and then I'm on stage, like I could be on stage giving a speech to college graduates. If I be like, man, forget that shit, and it'll like, somebody, like one person might be like, oh my gosh, but everybody's not going to be like, he is offensive. He's just going to be the only place that maybe if I'm in church, but obviously if I use the N-word, I'm offending somebody, right? So it's just like, I don't use it. I feel like it's, long story. I don't use the word, but there's certain things that just get louder when my awareness changed, when I started to prioritize my mind. And that music, dancehall music, because of all the infidelity, because of just all the craziness that's in it in general, it's just like, wow, I was listening to this. Because now, like I listen to all Rasta music and all the Marleys. Kasani, my son, knows Bob Marley by sound, by the song, by face. My youngest son loves Stephen Marley because we just play a song and he just like calms down immediately. And it's just like my oldest son sings Bob Marley to my younger son to calm him down, and I'm like, thank you. Like there's no way he was gonna be singing Dexter Dapp songs, and which is a dancehall artist, which is the equivalent to Tank in the dancehall world, but just with a very high level of infidelity tuned into it. So, point of all this, the music that I was taking in took over my life, took over my mind. I was becoming a slave to the music because my body was operating subconsciously off of the thing I was taking in. Whatever is in your environment, whether it be music, whether it's TV, whether it's whatever you're seeing and observing, you're consuming it and you will become a slave to it. Unless you prioritize your mind and say, okay, cool, I would love to be a slave, a servant to understanding financial freedom. I would love to be a slave or a servant to understand how to speak and communicate better. I would love to be a servant or a slave to having healthier habits for my mind and my body. Like, that is what I would love to subscribe to and hear and take in and be around. That way I just automatically do it subconsciously and I don't have, like, can I subconsciously understand tax breaks? Can I subconsciously understand how to generate more money? Can I subconsciously understand how to see multiple plays and perspectives and always flip the script even when life is serving me a hand that I don't want to be dealt?